Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review Hoax third EP. These guys are a Massachusetts punk band, and this is obviously their third EP. Duh! Shut up. And this EP is 4 tracks, adds up to about 7 minutes of music, and these guys don't really play at the speed that you would normally expect a punk band to play. However, tempo is not really where Hoax kind of makes their mark with this collection of tracks. What is on this EP are just mid-paced punk rock songs that are filthy. I mean, caked in filth. Some very abrasive sounds on here. Very fuzzy, distorted, grimy aesthetic. Though I wouldn't say totally lo-fi, because there is some, push in the lower frequencies of this record. And the drums, despite the guitars sounding so distorted and just so kind of brittle, do come through pretty clear. But really, together the guitars and vocals swallow the entire mix in just this brittle haze of noise. It's like the whole track is on fire, and the vocal performances on this EP are just vocal cord shredding. Like, my throat hurts when I think of singing like that. And the emotions that the vocals are delivering, just the music in general is delivering, just come off so hateful. There's like almost no reasoning with it. Although I wouldn't necessarily say the tracks on this EP are just like blind hatred at all. From what I can gather from the lyrics on a track like Discipline, the rage is a bit more calculated than it sounds. But still, what the sounds here are, I mean, despite the fact that this EP is clearly coming from more of a punk perspective, Hoax manages to present the wretched vocals and just the noise-smeared sound that I would expect more from like a classic Norwegian black metal demo as opposed to a punk EP. But still, unlike black metal, there's not really a big sense of darkness for me on these songs. It's just a lot of frustration, a lot of fury. And that can kind of make the sounds here kind of invigorating at first, like, oh, senses are going to heighten, everything's so loud, everything's so intense. But in kind of a negative way, I do think it makes this EP drag on a little bit, feel longer than it actually is. Because I don't think Hoax presents that many angles to its aggression on this EP. A lot of the riffs on here are consistently sludgy and mid-paced, with a few noticeable changes in speed here and there, the moments where things speed up a bit. But a lot of the riffs on this EP kind of rely on the same intervals, and the groove on feels a lot like the groove and the vocal delivery on pretty much on this EP. It's just one note aggression and riffage. And I feel like some people may attribute that to a lack of ideas, and you may be right to an extent. I mean, the band's second EP is certainly hard-hitting and loud and distorted, just like this EP is, but with a few things tweaked sonically. But I'd like to think of this collection of tracks as being more like an undying devotion to just this kind of sonic assault. And that sonic assault does resonate with me. I do like the sound of this EP. It's what initially got me interested in this band, and it's, what made me want to review this EP. But there's not really much in the way of song or riff writing that really kind of caught my attention. Discipline is really the only song that, to me, lyrically and just kind of like riff-wise, is memorable. Overall, I liked this EP, thought it was decent. I would definitely be interested in seeing where this band goes if they were to take their sound into a different studio with a different kind of recording and do something full-length style. I'm feeling a decent strong 6 on this EP. If you've given it a listen, what did you think about it? Did you love it? Hate it? Why? And what do you think I should review next? Anthony Fantano, Hoax, forever.